Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nicholas Davenport, aka Mr. Mental Muscle from Mind Body One, and we're here again at the AASP Conference 2023 with Abdul Rahman. We had a good conversation talking about how mental skills, strength conditioning, and a whole bunch of things can be integrated. So, whatever you want to talk about, let's get into it and see what's going on.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of background. I've been in the professional coaching world for about 2.5 years. Didn't know anything about exercise actually going into the business. Learned that along the way and wanted to really dive into the connection of mind, body, and soul, really. Um,
Soul strength.
which is why Soul Strength
Mm-hmm.
came into existence because of the spirituality aspect and just making sure that kids understand who they are and understanding them through the body. And which is where I wanted to really make sure I learned about exercise and decided to get my performance enhanced specialist through NASM and really try to integrate a full system with that. What you guys are providing has been a lot of awesome work with the concentration grid, Stroop tests, and all things to make kids, one, be autonomous, and then also just like problem solve. I think there's so many hardships in coaching where we want to strive for perfection,
Yep.
and we forget that 1% better doesn't mean 100% on the first day, and uh, which is where the fun and the gamification of these tests really come into
Exactly.
play. So, and being able to integrate those into a lifting session, and when I have my sessions, I'll have 15 minutes of the warm up. We'll get into some exercise, and then we finish the day talking about like what are the challenges that you're facing this week, what are the skills that you're hoping to accomplish, and maybe if you don't have time for that, we talk about that in the middle of their exercise,
Yep.
right?
That's
The
perfect.
stress, physical and psychological, are perceived to the brain the same way. Our body
Yep. I
doesn't
love that.
know the
Mm-hmm.
difference. So if we're able to do it in that capacity, then we can train our athletes and train our kids to be able to tackle the real world because they're going to run into stress, whether it's on a field, in the classroom, or as they grow into young adults.
I love that because, like you said, making it gamified. Some people don't like that term or like that aspect, but it's like, why not? Life is pretty serious, but if we can learn things from them doing it in real time, that's the best, observational learning. And when you bring in the fitness and strength conditioning side, I mentioned I also have a background in that too.
Yeah.
I think, not to sound biased, but having that stronger background, I know sports psych is typically in the exercise science department. Some are in the psych, but I think most are in the exercise science
Yep.
department. I feel most sports psych people veer towards more the sports psych, and they either forget about honing their exercise science side or they just ignore it completely. And I'm like, why? Why not have that
Yeah.
toolbox? I told a guy earlier I was talking to that I use the periodization concept with all these cognitive drills we do. I use that same programming, how you progressively overload or reduce, regress. It's the same premise. And they're like,
Yep.
why reinvent the wheel? Like, so I think what you're doing, soul strength, we need more of that. I know people like to say, but this is this stuff and that is that stuff. But obviously my business is called Mind by the One. So
Yep.
I obviously believe in what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So I look forward to seeing when your app comes out, and just thank you for the opportunity to
Most
talk on it
definitely.
today. And uh,
So plug where to find you on social media, your
yeah,
business, all that good
my
stuff.
Instagram is soul underscore strength underscore LLC. That's the only platform I have currently right now. I have a lot of content more on the sports psych side of things, but as we grow, trying to evolve and get the balance of both. But thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. Thanks, guys, tuning in. Have a great day.